Good afternoon and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We're coming to you live from the Bog in the Nantucket Community Ice Rink as your Nantucket Whalers boys varsity hockey team hosts the DY Dolphins in a huge league tilt. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler sports, alongside a great crew, including a couple of students. We've got Ashley Klatt and Annie Ard on cameras. We'll see them in between periods as well as we get a couple of intermission interviews. And, of course, Sean Davis doing the rink side views, and he captures the game like no other. DC Collins in the house as well, back from his worldly travels. And, of course, Charles Douglas, the man, the myth, the NCTV legend. He is Charles in charge. The Whalers come into tonight's tilt 1-4 on the season, but don't look at that record. They are playing great hockey, and we are looking to get back into the win columns. Unfortunately, after 3 losses, all of those away from home ice, so we're hoping maybe some home cooking brings them some extra energy here this evening. Those losses to Martha's Vineyard, St. John Paul, and East Bridgewater in overtime, I might add. We'll talk about that game here in a little bit as well. And again, DY coming in. It is a co-op team for Dennis-Yarmouth. It's at Cape Cod Tech, Cape Cod Academy, and, of course, the kids from Dennis-Yarmouth themselves. They are 3-6 after a shutout of the Vineyard. I am shocked by that because Martha's Vineyard came in as the number 1 team in Division 4, and DY handled them and shutting them out, actually, 4-0 on Saturday. So we've got some analysis of that as well coming up here. But before we get to our game preview, I do want to take a moment and thank our founding sponsor for the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the students of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued that mission through their support of our live broadcasts. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Nation. The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast. Want to welcome you back to the Bog here at Nantucket Ice Rink. As you can see, Charles said, let there be light, and we do have it. We've got some fans here. Look at this guy. He's ready to go. Woohoo! Go Whalers Nation as we get ready for the DY Dolphins taking on our Nantucket Whalers. The Whalers had a tough one over the weekend as the boys came up a bit short. 4-3 in overtime was the final at East Bridgewater, but head coach Jack Moran, although disappointed in the outcome, cannot complain about his team's effort, especially in net with Thomas Schroeder. He has been a difference maker and, again, a guy that has never played goalie at the varsity level before. He is coming out and he's extremely athletic, has natural instinct, a knack for the puck, and has done a fantastic job keeping his team in the games, and ultimately the Whalers will put it in the net and get some goals in front of him, and he will play with less pressure that way. And certainly the Jenkinson brothers, Canton and Jeremy, will be the triggers for that, along with Ben Freeman. Those 3 seniors on that front line will have to get the puck on net. And Coach Moran, when I was talking to him earlier this afternoon, said get it on net. I don't care if you score. Just get it on net. Good things will happen when you put the puck on net, and that's just what the Whalers are going to have to do today against a veteran goalie for DY. But even with that 1-4 record, the Whalers are in position to make the playoffs here for the first time in a couple of years. Again, a tough season last year, but they are in position in that top 32, and again, it all comes down to power rankings now as we get into the nitty-gritty of the season here. We're going to play this DY team again off island. We're going to play a couple more. In fact, I looked at the schedule. Only one team on the Whalers schedule right now is not in the top 32 in their respective divisions. So lots of points out there, lots of tough games out there. So this is just another one in the ladder, in the chink, in the journey to get the Whalers to the other side. Oh, don't walk by. Can't walk by without saying hello. There we are. Athletic Director Travis Lombardi doing his job. He's back from a little mini vacation. Went up to Vermont over the weekend. Matt Hunt, assistant AD, doing a great job filling in for him, making sure we had all of our rosters in time and making sure everybody was doing their thing. The Dolphin squad just below Nantucket at number 31. The Whalers coming in at number 27. And again, they have matchups with Plymouth North a couple of times, Pembroke, Foxborough, North Quincy. And again, all but that Foxborough team in that top 32. As you can see behind us, Shawnee, we've got a couple of the boys, including Thomas Schroeder in net right behind us here, getting ready to go, making sure the music is all set because it's all about the music when we get it going here. A young group here, but head coach Jack Moran said they are playing well beyond their years and well beyond the grade that they are in. And we're going to sneak right in front of the Whalers here, getting ready to come out. Let's go get them tonight, boys. Let's go get them. Here we go. For DY, they come in with head coach Lou Alberti, very confident in his netminder, as well as junior Isaiah Stacy. Battled 6 other goalies. Wow, what a luxury that is in preseason to come away with the starting nod. And he has been certainly the key ingredient in the Dolphins' 3 wins, especially in their most recent win, that 4-0 shutout of the Vineyard on Saturday. Got to give that team a bunch of confidence because, man, the Vineyard came in number 1 ranked in the state. Maybe a little overranked, but nonetheless, they were the number 1 team, and the DY Dolphins went over to the Vineyard and shut them out 4-0. Sophomore Colin Endres leads the team offensively. He had a goal and assist in that game, along with a couple of freshmen who also scored. Kellen Desley, and he had a goal and 2 assists, and Josh Houston netted 1. Junior Adam White also scored for the Dolphins. So we will have to keep an eye on those guys as we get ready for our 7-minute mark, and the boys getting ready to take the ice here as we watch the Nantucket Whalers taking the ice. We'll be right back here in the NSC with more pregame analysis and the national anthem, player introductions. Stay with us here on the NSC and NCTV as we get all set for the Dolphins taking on the Whalers.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way over the control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Want to welcome you back to the bog here at the Nantucket Community Ice Rink as the Whalers get all prepped up, ready to take on this DY Dolphins co-op team. Again, it's Dennis-Yarmouth, Hounds of Dennis-Yarmouth, and then the schools from Cape Cod Tech and Cape Cod Academy make up the DY Dolphin crew here, and they are in the away green. The Whalers in their home whites. their first home game here in about a month. And Coach Moran is very confident in the way they are skating. They are getting stronger by the minute that they are on the ice. They are getting continuity, and that is just the type of journey that play your best at the time that you need to be playing your best is all about with high school hockey. You started out one place and you end in the right place, hopefully the last team standing. And again, I'm not saying that this is necessarily a favorite to win state championship here yet. However, they certainly have all the ingredients to make a nice run. And once you make it into that top 32 and start playing playoff hockey, anything can happen. You can ride a hot goalie if Thomas Schroeder can stay hot all the way, baby. And that's just what it is. Again, that loss to St. John Paul is one that stands out to me, a 5-2 loss, but they have a goalie in that Kellen McAleese. That is one of those goalies that could take them to the next level. They are 7-0-1. I got to put them at the favorite right now to capture a league banner. But we'll see if anybody can dethrone them. They have won 6 in a row and are still undefeated on the season. The Vineyard picked up a couple of losses over the last week, so they are now 6-2, and one of those was a league loss here to this DY Dolphins team, 4-0, a loss at home. So I was talking with Coach Moran again as we chatted, of course, about all the games, and Martha's Vineyard game, obviously one of those. And he was just, he had one of those looks of, we had him. You know, we had him right where we wanted him. And unfortunately, we couldn't find the net and finalize it. But it's one of those things that you know you can play with that team if you happen to match up again, which in all likelihood, again, with as many teams that are in that top 32 in the Cape and Islands League, there's bound to be a matchup that could be a third meeting between a league team. So you got to stay aware of that. But he definitely said that they skated right with that Vineyard team no matter what. And he was also in agreement that maybe they were a little overranked. But the numbers are the numbers, so that is what it is. So we'll take it. I looked at the opposition rating because obviously the Whalers have played some good quality teams here so far, despite losing to 4 of them. And they are in that lower 16. So the top 16 will host a game, the lower 16. They are at 23 right now. They have the best opposition rating. So they are playing tough, good quality opponents. And when you do that, you get better. And that is one of those things that's going to eventually, hopefully, pay off in the long run as they play these tougher teams and keep it going here and hopefully pick up some victories over a team. This is a good one tonight. This is one that they could win. Absolutely could hang with this team, and if they can find the net here a couple times, play with the lead instead of trying to come from behind like they did in East Bridgewater. Again, it was a late penalty call that led to the game-tying goal, and then unfortunately a breakaway opportunity. It was just one of those, a millisecond away as Thomas Schroeder tried to stop the breakaway and came out of net and unfortunately missed the puck by, he said, Moran said it was like right there. You looked at the replay and, just one of those things. So the Whalers will have their job, a big job tonight again to get it by goalie Isaiah Stacy. He is a junior and goes to Cape Cod Academy. And again, he battled 6 others that were trying out for the goalie position for this team. So numbers not a problem for this DY team in Cape Cod Academy and Cape Cod Tech. And it's a pretty good balance between the lineup of different schools, although it looks like Cape Cod Tech actually has a little bit more of their guys part of this squad. So very interesting in hockey that they play this co-op style team where you can have a few different towns coming together. Good stuff. And again, girls have a whole different setup as well. So some of those teams, are like the Monomoy team combines with a different squad on the boys' side than they do the girls' side. So keep it interesting. Keep us guessing when we're trying to look up who's playing who and who's scoring for who and all that good stuff. But it is high school athletics as we've got about 30 seconds left here on the pregame warm-ups. Again, we'll look for that front line of Canton Jenkinson, Jeremy Jenkinson, and Ben Freeman to do some damage. And, of course, on the back end, Soren Edwards anchors that defensive crew as the lone senior on, along with Ronald Del Rosario Gomez as the two seniors on that back side. Again, when we last saw them, Parker Furtado, the sophomore, number 24, had an unbelievable impact on that game. That, of course, was the win against Bourne, who they will see off island to try and start a win streak at Gallo. Who would have thunk? All right, we're going to turn it over to the game announcements, the PA. We'll get our starting lineups here and national anthem. And the puck will drop here very shortly from the bog here. Thanks again for joining us here on the NSC on the Tube and locally on channel 1072 in Super HD. Great stuff as the Whalers get their final words of encouragement. DY breaking loose from their huddle in front of Isaiah Stacy. So number 24, Justin Solgovich. He wears an A on his uniform. Number 17, Jack Moriarty. Great hockey name there. Matt Garbett, another A on his jersey. Number 27, Matt Swartz on defense. Anchors that crew. Number 13, Liam Graham. And, of course, the aforementioned Isaiah Stacy. Ben Freeman, that front line for the Whalers. One of the 7 seniors, Canton Jenkinson. We're having some PA issues. Jasper Suarez gets the nod. Jeremy Jenkinson, of course. Soren Edwards. And the junior, Thomas Schroeder, coming out with the flags and the Whaler Pride flag as well as we get ready for the national anthem. Great stuff as Chip Clooney recognizes our referees for National Referee Appreciation Week. So our next broadcast will actually be tomorrow, which is a reschedule of the game, or a jump forward, as the Lady Whalers will be back on the hardwood to face St. John Paul, a very good Lions squad. So we'll have to see how they fare. They beat CCA 57-13 in the game last night against a very undermanned lineup, but 57 points, the Whalers' high score, as we are underway here from the bog. Flips into the Whalers' offensive end and kept in briefly. And a good hit by Suarez. Clean pop there to get things going, but DY enters the zone. Shot deflects wide of the net as the Whalers kick it out, picked up. And another good collision. Canton Jenkinson maybe gets the worst of it, but he skates on as the Whalers enter the zone. Pass into the front. Center. Rebound loose for Jenkinson, who puts it on net. Whizzes wide. Suarez will lift it wide of the net, but keeps it in play here. Jeremy Jenkinson back to the point. Not enough on it, but it gets to it as Edwards and plays it into Stacy, who puts a glove down and will force a face-off 40 seconds into play. So a couple of good physical plays by the Whalers right off the bat. And they put a couple on net. Jenkinson back to the point. Edwards sends it ahead. Deflected, and back the other way comes DY, but played back as DY offside, so they'll have to reset up to the blue line. And the Whalers get the clear. Offside going to be the call, as number 19, Kellen Desley, the freshman, a little too aggressive, as we'll have a face-off just outside the DY blue line. 14:02 to play here in the first. Still no score. Whalers try and get to the puck and do so. Here's Lavin. Shot, scores! Andrew Lavin finds the net off the face-off, which seemed harmless. Lavin poked it ahead for a mini breakaway, and he scores. Have a look-see. Again, the Whalers had numbers. Didn't look like it went between the legs, and Lavin gets it, and it looked like Stacy was shielded by number 9, Carter LaFrance, on the backside. Could not see the puck, and the Whalers draw first blood just a minute 8 into the game. Blasted ahead, deflects wide as the Whalers control the puck once again. Lifted up high and not into the netting, and a good deke. And up ahead over the stick. And Whalers get it back. Here's Jeremy Jenkinson on the other side. Has Freeman, but he'll put it wide of the net, and the Whalers get to it. Just beyond Suarez, but Edwards plays it over. Here's another one. Oh, little give and go. Suarez in the right spot at the right time. Nearly deflected in. Great aggressiveness early on here by the Whalers, as they have heeded the coach's advice. Put it on net, baby. Good things happen. Again, kept in. Great forechecking by the Whalers here early on as well. And it'll be icing, as DY just needs to collect themselves here with 12:59 to play. First period. Just as we said in that second game against Bourne, this Whalers energy is palpable. They just look energetic, and they are aggressive on the offensive side of things. Good board pass, but Lavin right there to jimmy it back in. Freeman gives chase. And DY just gets a clear. It'll be waved off as shot saved by Schroeder. Negative angle shot by number 17, Jake Moriarty. And that one is going to roll just wide of the net, and an icing call as the Whalers change it up here. Parker Furtado on. Paxton Fitch along with Justin Torres. Nice to see number 14 back in the lineup and on the ice. He's battling a bit of an injury early on. Played along the boards back to the blue line. Good board pass, but the Whalers right there. Again, good physical play along the boards by Justin Torres. Behind the net, Whalers look to clear. Cross ice, intercepted, shot, deflected. Lucky there. Cannot turn the ball over. Whalers got numbers 3-on-2. Shot, save, rebound, loose. Oh, Lavin nearly got to it again. Torres back to the point, sent just wide of the net, but the rebound comes all the way back to the point. Played along, Lavin gives chase in the corner. Watch out. He was lining it up. Good play along the boards by number 12, Paxton Fitch, to ward off. Chip back in. And should be icing here as the whistle sounds and stops the clock with 11:33. Number 4 asserting himself, Andrew Lavin, playing big early on here for the Whalers. Let's have a look-see of this little mini break here, 3-on-2, odd man. And again, just putting it on net. The rebound was right there, just missed, and Lavin nearly got to it on the backside. Played along the boards behind the net, chasing after is Freeman. He's got the angle. DY intercepted, Jenkinson. Oh, whiffs on the shot, backhanded attempt. Oh, it may have hit the post. Jenkinson circles, pass in front. Oh, nearly connected with Freeman. Soares staved by Stacy. Whalers continuing the offensive onslaught. And they're able to get back, right back at it to the blue line. Jenkinson warded off. Intercepted at the blue line, but DY's got to get reset. Behind the net it goes. Whalers try and get to it, play off the boards all the way up to the point as number 27, Matt Swartz, heads it back in. And the Whalers will get the clear. Chasing after it in the neutral zone. Canton Jenkinson, he'll enter the zone himself and flip it around the boards. Whalers are there once again. Coming in, Stacy with a good save off the Jenkinson wrister. They have peppered Isaiah Stacy here early. .10:23 to play here in the first. Whalers up 1-0. Faceoff goes beyond the point. A race for the puck. Whalers get to it. Played up, nicely done. Good clear along the boards. Lavin gets to it and enters the zone. Loses it in his skates. Keeps it in front. And DY able to play it. Oh, that is a pretty good hit there in the corner as the DY player stays down. We'll hope he is okay. We'll take a quick break as the DY player is still down on the ice. Tyler's going to have to take a look at him here. So we'll be back on the NSC and NCTV. 9:56 to go in the game. Whalers up 1-0. First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
Boston Pops.
Who are you, Halloween?
we're in a tough situation. You guys battle back.
Back to pass. Lombardi's down a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot. He broke through. It's good. You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it.
Want to welcome you back to the Bog here as the boys get set to face it off here. The injured player, number 21 for DY, looks okay, skated off in his own power as the Whalers get it going. That's Elijah Naum, the junior defenseman. Tyler was looking at his shoulder, so it could have been just a land awkward as it gets beyond the blue line, and Soren Edwards will chase it down as the puck rolls all the way down over the stick of DY. Board pass to Freeman, 2-on-1. Jenkinson up ahead. He gets it. Shot. Scores! Freeman to Jenkinson. It's a beauty, and the Whalers are up 2-0. Ken Jenkinson, the senior, nets the goal. Freeman on a beauty of a saucer pass. But it all started right there at the blue line. As you can see, the replay shows just a gorgeous pass, short-sided, as Jenkinson nets it. Dangerous play in front of the net, but the Whalers clear once again. Here's Freeman trying to get to it. Hits his skate and over the blue line. Whalers are offsides. Nope, they let it go. Yeah, that's got to be offsides. Delayed offsides. So it was Jeremy Jenkinson and Ben Freeman, the two assistors, on the second goal for the Whalers. And this is a totally different team than we saw not too long ago against Bourne. And that was a victory, 3-2, in a great game. That one will go all the way to Schroeder. He shrugs it aside as the Whalers try and get the clear here. And they do so. Up ahead. Whalers gain the zone. Fitch with a backhanded pass attempt. Broken up, and DY heads back the other way. Shot lifted high. Schroeder stands up and squeezes it. That was Adam White, number 16, with the wrister that would have sailed well over the net, but the Whalers get a line change here as Schroeder squeezes that one easily. First goal was assisted by Justin Torres. First goal by Lavin. That one sent just wide of the net. That was a good-looking shot off the face-off as the Whalers battle along the boards here on the defensive side of things. A couple guys go down. Jenkinson evades one, evades another, and gets it back. Canton Jenkinson skates ahead. Gains the zone, leaves it back for Jeremy, in front, blocked. And chipped over the stick of Soares, who was there to try and keep it in. And cross ice it goes as DY looks to make something happen. Under 8 minutes to play. Good poke check by Soren Edwards. And Jenkinson is there. DY gains his gun 1-on-3, though. Freeman ends up with it. And we'll get it over to Jenkinson. Cross ice looks for Soren Edwards, who will circle back and get it right back to Jeremy Jenkinson. Inside the zone, Canton Jenkinson lifts it wide of the net. Stacy had to get down there and get it. And that one blasted back in on the forecheck. Whalers will have to get back and reset. Dumped into the zone as DY looks to change lines. Soren Edwards gathers it quickly and misses the connection at the blue line. That one lifts way over the net, but played on the rebound off the side of the net. Edwards the first to get to it. That was Josh Houston who put it on net. And the Whalers along the boards, able to get to it. And lift it out of the zone. There's Furtado. Unable to play it. Goes off of his skate. And Torres loses the battle between number 4, Josh Houston. And that one goes all the way back. That will be played by Stacy as DY will have to reset, and the Whalers get back to their front line here. That could be icing. Doesn't get over that red line, so the Whalers will play it and send it all the way across the blue line. Again, good defense by Nantucket. DY dumps it in with 6:10 to play here in the first period. Whalers already up 2-0. Lots of hockey to be played, though. Got to keep your foot on the gas pedal here and be smart. Good back pass along the boards, and Furtado gives it up to Freeman. Freeman gains the zone. He's tripped. No, there's the whistle. We'll have our first penalty as Ben Freeman tripped up. So the Whalers will be on the power play with a 2-goal lead here in the first period. 5:52 to play. Great activity by Nantucket on the offensive end. Played back. Shot saved by Stacy right at his face. And Jenkinson lifted it up. Had a good look. Penalty called on number 14, Mason Manuel, a sophomore defenseman. And played in front. Whalers got a stick on it, but unable to corral it. Here's Jenkinson to get it set up. JJ circles back. And good physical play along the boards. Off the stick of Canton Jenkinson. Leaks beyond the blue line. Whalers will have to get reset here. It's Edwards. Plays it up to the blue line. And dumped into the corner as Jeremy Jenkinson gives chase. Canton Jenkinson also there. As he'll join in the scrum. Couple of bodies go down. Freeman able to get to it. Here's Edwards just wide of that top side post. Still alive in front. And cleared. Still a minute 12 left as number 19 gives chase from DY. He actually gets to a good hustle by Kellen Desley. Let's see if the Whalers can make him pay here with an odd man out. Collision. Freeman cross ice, unable to connect. Quickly cleared out as once again DY's there, and Schroeder's going to have to dive on it. He does so it'll be a face-off with 48 seconds left on the power play. 4:39 to play here in the first period. Whalers with a 2-0 lead and on the power play, but they'll have to go from their own offensive end here as DY did a nice job on the PK so far. Here's a shorthanded opportunity, and it'll be a penalty for tripping, so we'll play some 4-on-4 hockey as the Whalers got caught up there. Canton Jenkinson got his stick inside the skates, and he will have a nice conversation with one of the stripes, and he'll sit for the next 2 minutes. It'll be 4-on-4 for 41 seconds. And then the Dolphins will have their first opportunity as that puck's lifted up and into the flags for another face-off here. Just a couple seconds off the clock. Again, goals by Canton Jenkinson and Andrew Lavin for the Whalers as the puck goes cross ice to Freeman. Nicely done. Plenty of space here. Jeremy Jenkinson overskates it. And DY heads back the other way. Pass in front. Deflected, so good collision there as number 17, Jake Moriarty, tried to make a push. Edwards plays along the boards. Cross ice. Kept back in the zone nicely by number 9. Carter LaFrance. First penalty is over, so the Whalers are now on the PK and can clear it down there with no icing as the Whalers get their PK unit on the ice here. Justin Torres hanging out in front of the net to make sure everything, and that should be icing the other way as the DY Dolphins a little lazy with the puck. Clock stops with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first period. 58 seconds remaining on the power play for the Dolphins. Nice late crowd shuffling in here to support their Whalers, as you can see all along the boards there. They get a front row look of the action here as the Whalers try and do something shorthanded here. Jenkinson plays it, and he steals it. Shorthanded opportunity in front. Oh, point blank shot by Torres denied, and chipped nicely by Edwards, and he'll corral the puck. He goes back the other way, shorthanded. He'll circle back as they waste some more time here on the power play, on the penalty kill. Cross ice it goes, off the boards, and stolen by Torres. Torres gains the zone. Evades one. Oh, nearly went through 3 defenders there. Great activity by number 14. Whalers get the clear. DY going to have to settle down here. They have just been unable to get anything going. Here's a look. Shot saved by Schroeder, still alive in the crease. Goes behind the net, and the Whalers have killed off the penalty. We're back to full strength with 2:20 and counting. Behind the net it goes. Dangerous spot, and DY nets it as Schroeder was shielded. Moriarty able to find the puck. Johnny on the spot. As you can see, it played behind the net and right in front and tipped right to Moriarty. Schroeder had no chance. As the Whalers got, I don't want to call it lazy with the puck, but unable to get a clean clear and out of that crease area. And Moriarty able to pot it home to make this a 1-goal game. 2-1 our score now, approaching 2 minutes to play. And here's Furtado. Plays it to mid-ice. And back in it goes to Jenkinson. He evades one. Evades another behind the net. Stays with it. Back to the point it goes. As Suarez unable to play it cleanly. And tipped away. Dangerous spot there for the Whalers. Cannot get complacent here. As DY gains the zone again. Puts one in from the point. And down with the glove is Thomas Schroeder. We'll have another face-off in the DY offensive end with 1:44 to play here in the first period. Both teams change up lines. Whalers win the face-off as Edwards sends it along the boards. Jenkinson awaits and plays it cleanly. Tries to deke one, unable to do so as, again, Soren Edwards will play it and circle back around. A couple of Dolphins there to say hello. He lifts it up and gets it cleared. Icing will be waved off here as DY will get to it anyway. Freeman able to get a stick on it and keep it in the offensive end. Jenkinson plays it back, and good physicality along the boards there. DY gets the clear as Edwards chips it ahead to Canton Jenkinson, who gains the zone himself. Nobody home behind him. Oh! And here's Jenkinson with lots of room. Shot, saves. Stacy in front. Rebound, unable to score. Here's Jenkinson again. Lifts it, shot blocked. Good activity here again. Jenkinson tries to whiz one. 3 shots by Canton Jenkinson, unable to find the net as the Whalers once again very aggressive in the offensive end. 25 seconds to go. Here's Freeman. He stops, tries to find Lavin. Suarez gets to it in front, denied. Nice job by the DY defense. And here's Edwards, who chips it out of harm's way, and Whalers back the other way. Freeman cross ice to Lavin. Lavin shoots, blocked. 2 seconds, 1, and that'll do it for a very exciting and entertaining first period. The Whalers will skate to the locker room with a 2-1 lead. Canton Jenkinson and Andrew Lavin score for the Whalers. Jack Moriarty, the goal scorer for DY. Come on back. We'll try and get a little side interview for our intermission. Whalers lead 2-1 after 1 period of play.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler! 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler! Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Wash Ashore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
Okay, this is Scott Capizzo, and we are here at a spooky, crazy event down at the Coast Guard Station for Halloween. Master Chief, can you tell us what's going on here?
Okay, we have our annual haunted house. Over 1,000 people come every year, a couple of nights. It's all set up in this building behind us. The guys are super excited to see everyone come out, and it's pretty scary this year.
What is your most favorite part about setting up the haunted house?
Well, it's tonight and the last night of it when we really have a lot of fun and we see so many people from the community come out here and just the thank yous on the way out.
What's your favorite part about being in the Coast Guard?
The best part about the Coast Guard is the people. The people, my crew that I work with, the crews that I've worked with for over 23 years, it's the people that make it happen.
Now, can you tell me about the food pantry and the charity a little bit?
Sure. We just ask for donations, non-perishable food. We collect throughout the night, through all 3 nights, and we bring truckloads over to the pantry here on the island to help out those that might need it throughout the upcoming winter months and stuff. So
it is going to be very cold this winter. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, and we're going to go inside and check it out and get a little freaky.
Oh, God. Oh, hi. Oh, wait, how did he just come out? Oh, that's so scary. No, you go up front. Now you go. Okay. Sorry.
That scared the hell out of me.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Sorry.
You screamed before he even yelled at you. Okay, go in here, look.
No, I don't want to.
Look.
I don't want to go into. Stop! Oh my God. Leave me alone!
Oh my God.
And there's a head. Ow.
Leave me alone.
Ew.
There's a head.
Leave me alone. Oh no! You didn't scare me on that one! Stone. Where do I go now?
Up the stairs.
Is this over yet?
These guys are so creepy.
No, this is just cute.
Okay.
I don't like it. Are we done yet? Come on.
Come on, Kelly! Oh my God. I can't breathe.
I'm gonna throw up.
Oh my God.
Please, I'm gonna throw up.
Want to welcome you back to the bog here at the Nantucket Community Ice Rink. As you can see, Tony the Zamboni guy finishing up his laps. We're going to send it on down to the side rink here. Sean Davis and Ashley Klatt hanging out with one of our
Welcome back to the
favorites.
Nantucket Sports Connection. I'm Ashley Klatt. We're here with
Marianne Jenkinson,
who is Canton and Jeremy's mother. Marianne, how does it feel to have 2 twins that are excelling in 3 sports?
Well, I don't know if that they're excelling, but they're doing well, and I love watching the Whalers, and I love them being part of a team.
What are your thoughts after Canton's goal?
Oh, I don't know. I'm glad that he was able to score for the team.
Great. Well, what are your thoughts on having 2 twin boys who are captains and leading their team in the sports that they do?
I'm so proud of them. No, they've earned it. They work hard. They love their teammates. They love the sports. They love the school.
In all of the sports that they do, they seem so competitive. Have they always been like that?
Yes. The fighting, the knocking each other out, the playing all the time. It's always been in their blood.
Now, how different it is to watch a high school game for Canton and Jeremy versus an Endicott hockey game for Ben?
It's not much different. They're just boys playing hockey. They love it. The speed is a little bit more, and they just love the game. So they just play.
Well, thank you, Marianne, for chatting with us. I'm Ashley Klatt. Thank you for tuning in to the Nantucket Sports Connection. Back to you in the porch.
Great stuff from Ashley Klatt and one of our favorites, Marianne Jenkinson, a true and blue Whaler indeed. I would say that her kids are excelling at all three sports, a state championship, multiple playoff runs in hockey. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. And, of course, a 9-1 season, undefeated regular season in football. Great stuff from Ashley. Great questions. I love the competitiveness of the Twins because it is definitely in that thing. They are competing for attention, and then it just evolves into just a competitive nature as well. At the game at hand here, as you heard, Canton Jenkinson netted one of the 2 goals for the Whalers. The Whalers jumped on board, jumped ahead, I should say, right off the bat. 1:05 of the first period. Andrew Lavin scored an even strength goal. Justin Torres able to assist with that. Second goal was, of course, Canton Jenkinson from Ben Freeman and Jeremy Jenkinson. And the DY Dolphins retaliated with a goal from Jake Moriarty, assisted by number 19, Kellen Desley. Again, good stick-to-itiveness at the net by the Dolphins to find the goal and make this a 1-goal game. As you can see, the Dolphins are back on the ice, and the Whalers behind Thomas Schroeder taking the ice here as well. Whalers were very aggressive in that first period. They peppered goaltender Isaiah Stacy, and it definitely equated into many opportunities and 2 goals. They will have to stay aggressive like that because this DY team is talented up and down their lineup, and they have lots of opportunities. As, again, this just a game of hockey is one of split seconds. 1 second you're ahead, the next second you are not. So 15 more minutes on the clock here as we get ready for the second period of action. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV, and thanks again to Marianne Jenkinson for joining us for an intermission chat. Great stuff from her. Again, that Whalers front line with 4 points between Jenkinson, Lavin, Jenkinson, and Freeman. And again, the defense in front of Schroeder has been solid. They've been able to protect him. They've killed off a penalty, as is DY. And we also had a little 4-on-4 hockey as the whistle sounds to get period number 2 underway. Jenkinson flips it into the zone. Freeman gives chase. Neither able to corral it as Soren Edwards circles back. And he'll try and gain the zone, ends up dumping it in behind the net. Canton Jenkinson the first to it. Pass in front. Oh, Jeremy just missed the net. Torres sends one wide as DY gives chase and Moriarty pokes it ahead. Back to mid-ice it goes and corralled by LaFrance. Moriarty is there. He gets a little hey, how you doing from Soren Edwards. And a good deke to gain the zone by Canton Jenkinson. Freeman with him. And again, tipped in front. Freeman awaits. Gets it over to Jeremy Jenkinson, who loses it in his skates. And we've got a whistle as the net came off the magnet. We'll have a face-off. Oh, no, we have a penalty again on Canton Jenkinson. So the Whalers can ill afford to lose number 2. So Canton Jenkinson will sit, and this will be a full 2-minute penalty and a full 2-minute opportunity for DY. In the first period, they had about 1:20 on the man up and were unable to score. Looked like interference to call on Canton Jenkinson. Edwards unable to get the clear as the Whalers continue along the boards here. Shorthanded, here comes Torres out of the zone. He loses it, but Edwards is there, and smacks it around the boards. Lavin awaits on the backside and times his shoulder nicely. And again, DY just unable to gain the zone. Here's Torres shorthanded. Still has the puck. Plays it through the crease and gets it right back. Flips it ahead as DY tries to get gathered here. And Edwards with a good poke check. Stays with it, gets it on the net. Bounding as Stacy's able to squeeze the glove. Good job by the PK unit for the first 46 seconds. Cross-checking the official call there on Canton Jenkinson. His second trip to the box here today. Furtado plays it along the boards as the Whalers. Freeman gives chase. He'll get to it first. Good job by number 9, battling a couple of green jerseys. Poke checked away by Jeremy Jenkinson at mid-ice. Circling back is Liam Graham for DY. Oh, nice deke on one. Backhanded attempt. Thwarted. That was Desley. And Freeman unable to play it cleanly. Deflected in front. Ooh, nearly redirected as Matt Garbett was sitting on the doorstep. Played back. Here's Moriarty. Pass cross ice. Shot. Saved by Schroeder. And he's... Oh! Squeezes it. Some activity in front. But we'll have a face-off with 12:31. That was a good one-timer there. And Schroeder up to the task. .12:31 to play here in the second. 2-1 Whalers. Still 24 seconds on the penalty. Back to the point it goes. Lifted just high. Wow, we had a good angle on that one. It just barely got over the net. And quickly cleared by the Whalers. 10 seconds left. Going to have to be something quick for DY as Torres gives chase. And we're back to full strength as Torres did a good job of wasting a few seconds here. Play continues behind the net as Canton Jenkinson gets to it. He'll play it over to Edwards. Edwards shifts it up front and gets it back. A little 2-on-1 action. Oh, what a save by Schroeder! And diving on it is Schroeder as again tempers flare in front of Thomas Schroeder. What a save on that initial one, if we can get that one. As you can see, a little mini 2-on-1 here, but Thomas Schroeder sprawling out makes the save with a leg pad. Great stuff. Still 2-1 Whalers with the lead. Even strength for both teams. Canton Jenkinson skates it ahead, gets caught up in Freeman's skates, and he still ends up with it. Chasing after it, Jeremy Jenkinson. Other side of the play, Ben Freeman gets a stick on it, warded off. Again, good physicality as Edwards sends it back in the zone, but DY is there. Kept in play, Jenkinson to Jenkinson, shot! So just wide. Canton Jenkinson still with it. Still battling for it, I should say. Freeman there on the other side. Flipped ahead. And out of the zone, finally DY gets a clear. Quickly back into the zone, Weissing waved off. Along the boards, Freeman chips it in. Kicked in front, Jenkinson! Oh, nearly found the 5-hole again. Oh, Jeremy Jenkinson as Stacy looked behind him to see if it went in, and it did not. Again, great activity by the Whalers offensive unit. Torres on the draw and skating back for it is Soares, who gets to it first because good body gives it up. Moriarty shot, save, rebound, save. Thomas Schroeder doing some things. Wow. I mean, Moriarty had a clean look, as clean as you can get. Initial save made, rebound, diving with the stick and glove. Schroeder doing all he can to keep it a 2-1 affair. 10:29 to play here in the second. Shot whiffed on second shot. Save made with the glove. Thomas Schroeder is standing alone here in net. Again, DY gets to it on the face-off, but unable to get a shot off. Oh, nice deke by Canton Jenkinson, who finds some space to gain the zone. Tries to go again, but unable to do so as DY gets back defensively. Moriarty intercepted along the boards. Whalers keep it in. Tip back to the point. Unable to keep it in was good pass along the boards. Cross ice it goes to Jenkinson. Jenkinson plays it in the zone. Canton Jenkinson there, but offside. Going to be the whistle. Actually icing, I believe, as it was a 3-line pass. 9:50 to play. And for those DY fans, unfortunately, they will be without number 21, Elijah Naum. Another good save in front by Schroeder. As Lavin will have to chase it down in the corner, plays it forward, and here's Furtado. He'll clear the zone and race ahead. Furtado with a shot from the point just inside the blue line. Looking for a rebound there was Justin Torres along with Lavin. Again, love the aggressiveness by the Whalers. Put it on net and good things happen. Make the goaltender make the play. 9:30 to play. Still a 2-1 lead for the Whalers. They get the face-off. Jenkinson evades one. Uses the body. Looking for the backhand in front. Freeman was posted up but unable to connect. Through a couple of green jerseys. Freeman blasted. In front, shot save. Rebound, loose still. Again, another opportunity. Oh, there's a cross-check in the crease. No call. Jenkinson able to keep it in play, and he gets blasted in front of the Whalers bench by number 23, says hello. That's Colin Andres as Soren Edwards unable to play it cleanly. And a great job as he flung it towards the net by Schroeder to dive on it and force the face-off. As you can see, number 1 sprawled out on the side of the net. 8:52 to play. Second period. Still just a 2-1 lead for the Whalers. Lavin sends it over the blue line and gives chase. Back to mid-ice as play continues inside the neutral zone. Here's Torres chasing after it in the corner. He gets to it. Evades one with the shoulder and keeps after it. He's got the puck behind the net in front. Torres comes away with it again. Puts it in front. Oh, juicy spot. Save made by Stacy. You can hear the leg pad. Back to mid-ice it goes. D to D. Edwards. And that will be an icing call. .806 clock stops here in the second period. No goals scored here in period number 2. Canton Jenkinson and Andrew Lavin, the goal scorers for Nantucket. Jake Moriarty one of the assistant captains, scoring for DY as they keep it in play momentarily. Cross ice it goes. And DY will gain the zone. Sent into the corner and played behind the net. That was Miles Yurkis. And here's Lavin again. Shot, save made, and gets the glove down. Good rush by Andrew Lavin. Making Stacy make the play. Tough angle, but an opportunity nonetheless for the Whalers. Jenkinson wins the face-off. Freeman gets a stick on it. Played off the boards and kept in by Canton Jenkinson. He'll continue along the boards, but intercepted by DY. Nicely done by the Whalers. Forecheck to keep it in play. Oh, great body control by Jeremy Jenkinson. Back to the point, sent in on net, deflected just wide. DY gets the clear. Cross ice it goes. Advancing in, poke checked away. Great play by Jasper Soares to nullify an advance. From the point, blocked a couple of times. Jeremy Jenkinson gets a skate on it. Canton Jenkinson evades one defender and will dump it in. He continues to say hello to number 23, Colin Endres. Remembering the check he received in front of his own bench. Edwards gives chase and gets to it. Jenkinson is there and he'll play it into the zone. Lavin gives chase. Graham is there for DY. DY gains the zone, harassed, and that pass goes off the mark and out of the zone. It's going to have to be a delayed icing it up ahead of the play. Whalers had numbers, but unable to capitalize. It's Paxton Fitch in front. Schroeder dives and pokes it away. Good play by the goaltender. Dumped in, so DY will reset. Lifted ahead, nicely saucered to Torres. He's just Lavin on the far side. Unable to connect, but getting to it is Furtado, who will keep it in play. Good defensive play by DY and lifted out of play. It'll be a face-off inside the Whalers' offensive end. 5:29 to play here in period number 2. Bounds into the corner off the face-off. Whalers get to it. Canton Jenkinson looking for his brother. JJ unable to get to it. He gets to it this time and pounds it home for goal number 3. Jenkinson to Jenkinson. Doesn't get better than that, baby. Whalers score again and take a 3-1 lead. Take a look at it. They stuck with it. Jenkinson Canton gets to it behind the net and had that innate ability to find number 13. And number 13 knows what to do with it in tight formation. DY back the other way. Cross ice pass broken up. Great defense. Sprawling out was Canton Jenkinson, still alive in front of Schroeder through the crease. And good job by Canton Jenkinson to avoid a couple to get it out of harm's way. Soares plays it back to Jeremy. JJ over to Canton behind the net. Freeman gets a stick on it and controls. Over to Canton Jenkinson. He's got Jeremy in front again. There it is. Oh, hits the post, and then Magnet comes off. Does not score, but a great flurry here. As you can see on the replay, Canton Jenkinson from his knees gets to it and nearly found Jeremy Jenkinson for the goal. Oh, 4:34 to play. Whalers up 3-1. Tipped away as DY gets the clear, but nobody home as that should be icing. Nope, waved off. So Edwards plays it along the boards and clearing the zone. Quickly entered back in, dumped in, but Edwards saucers one back to the point. And DY on the forecheck, good job. Edwards with a quick redirect and gets it back. Jeremy Jenkinson will lift it over to Andrew Lavin's direction, and it jumbles into the zone. Nice pass to himself by number 23 as he sprints ahead. Takes on Soares, who gets it behind the net. Pass deflected in the crease. Oh, nearly on the backside. Schroeder may have gotten a piece of it with a stick. Whalers may have gotten away with a hold there, as you could hear the bench saying a couple words of encouragement for the Stripes to blow the whistle. Good moves there. Number 19 with a nifty move to find some room, Desley. But Schroeder there to deny, and the Whalers back the other way. Lavin trying to power it into the zone. As bodies collide in front of the Whalers bench, puck still alive. Jenkinson gets in the mix late. Finally, a whistle blows at 3:04 as we'll have a face-off as the puck must have hit somebody on the bench there. It'll be CJ on the draw. Furtado plays it over to himself. Gains the zone. DY is there defensively. Back to mid-ice. Up ahead, Jeremy Jenkinson dumps it in. Freeman gives chase. Unable to get there. Canton Jenkinson on the backside of the play. Able to sneak it forward as he continues his corral. Here's Freeman with some space. Shot, save made. Ben Freeman nearly found a space as Furtado with a good wedge along the boards to gain the puck. Parker Furtado with good work along the boards. He pays the price as it's played inside and lifted out of the zone. Schroeder nonchalantly squeezes it. A shot from the point. Here you go. Freeman nearly got to it. Stacy with just enough of the body to deny number 9 a goal. 2:13 to play here in the second period. Whalers still up 3-1. Into the corner it goes. Whalers there first. Freeman grabs it off ice, sends it up to Canton Jenkinson, who gives it up, and we got a whistle, look, maybe offsides. Looks like offsides the call. Looked like we were safe, but I think maybe Jeremy Jenkinson on the far end here, unable to stay across the blue line. 2:04 to play here as the Whalers send it in the zone. Torres tries to play it. And behind the net, here's Lavin chasing after it. It'll be Edwards along the boards. Flipped up our way. Look out. And up ahead, Schroeder dives on it to force a face-off as number 10, Miles Yerkes, bearing down on him, hoping to get to the puck first. Clock stops with 1:44 to play here in the second. DY controls, shot just wide of the net. And Whalers get to it and clear it quickly. Lavin stops, sends one on net, wide of the net. Nobody home on the backside except Parker Furtado with a big shoulder. Actually, Justin Torres, 14, not 24. Back to mid-ice it goes. DY tries to reset with 1:10 off the stick of number 16, Adam White, as he battles Soren Edwards. White gets to it, but the Whalers recover defensively as DY, good forecheck along the boards, however, to keep it in the zone. And smacked. Schroeder has to get a stick down to play it along the backboards. And here's a dangerous spot. Gloved by Schroeder with 30 seconds to go here. Whalers got to close out the quarter, close out the period here. Got to finish strong, take that 2-goal lead into the locker room. A much different game when you're playing with a 2-goal lead. Again, saucered ahead and cross ice it goes as Canton Jenkinson awaits it. Unable to get it into the zone. Soares heads back into the offensive end. He's double teamed. And DY gets it back to the point. Clean look in on Schroeder, and he squeezes it as the Whalers protect him. 9 seconds to go. Again, that's just one of those things that you just hope he makes the save. So Whalers got to be attentive here on the face-off. And get a couple of 9 seconds off the clock here as they get the clear, and that should do it for the second period. 1 lead, 2 goals lead. As we head to the third period, we'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV. As you can see, Thomas Schroeder doing his thing in net for the Whalers, giving up just 1 goal through 2 periods. We'll be back. Whalers up 3-1.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
he gets it! It's over! It's over! The Whalers win! The Whalers win!
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Nantucket Community Television. My name is Jackie Vignon, and I am going to be hosting the 28th annual Boston Pops concert here on Nantucket Island. Come join me at Jetty's Beach, and we are going to interview some of the locals and see what they think about the Pops. Where are we today, Tom?
We're at the Pops.
Boston
Pops, the 28th annual Boston Pops down at Jetty's Beach. It's awesome.
Yes, it
Perfect
is.
Weather, perfect day. Going to be a perfect night. Drones, fireworks show, the whole deal.
Now, are you excited for the Bruce Springsteen cover band?
Yes, love Bruce Springsteen. One of my first concerts I ever went to was Bruce Springsteen back in D.C., Washington, D.C.
How many years have you been coming to see the Boston Pops?
This is my first time in like 7 years, actually. Yeah, I think I've been once when I was like 12.
So how excited are you for the Bruce Springsteen cover band tonight?
I'm so excited, especially because the Bruce Springsteen biopic is coming out this year. So it's like serendipity. I got my flag in my pocket. Woo!
Look at that.
So excited. Born to run.
How many years have you guys been attending the Boston Pops?
Our son is 31.
30 years.
I'm going to say 30.
30 years. Okay,
Yeah.
well, it is the 28th year, so,
so
28 years,
Okay,
yeah,
well, what do
almost.
I know? It feels like 30.
I'm gonna say 28 years.
28 years. This is our first one. I'm so really excited. All right.
Yeah, this is our first.
It's your very first one. Okay. And how excited are you guys for the Bruce Springsteen cover band tonight?
I would say very, very excited.
So excited. It's gonna be awesome.
So this is our fourth time coming, but we've missed a few years. So yeah.
Started in 2014, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And how excited are you guys tonight for the Bruce Springsteen cover band?
Love it. We
Woo!
Other than last year and the year it rained, I don't remember not being here for my entire life.
So you've been to almost every Boston Pops concert is what you're telling me?
Yes, of my 23 years, I would say at least 20 of them I've been to.
Is that voluntary or against your will?
At first against my will, for sure. There were a couple of years where I was way too tired and not wanting to be here and it was crowded, but now is my favorite night of the summer, without a doubt.
So is this your first ever Boston Pops concert?
Yes, it's our first ever.
Okay.
We didn't know it was going to be on, and it was a coincidence, and so we got tickets today.
Wonderful. Well, you guys lucked out because this is a fabulous scene.
It is.
Everyone here comes together. Right now, I am with
Sangeeta Tambora.
All right, Sangeeta. And what are you doing here today at the Boston Pops?
We are helping with security for the VIP tent.
All right. Awesome. And now, where did you guys come from? How was your journey?
We are off island. We come in to do security. We've been working security here for, I don't know, like 10 years. I brought a staff of 14, 15 folks that do the VIP tent. And we have other staff that is doing the entrances, the beach. So we're covering all your security needs.
Well, thank you so much for keeping us so safe. I appreciate your service.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm being joined by
Michael Gormley
of
Nantucket.
And what is it that you are doing here today at the Boston Pops concert?
Riding tricycles.
And what is it, the service that you provide?
We are providing complimentary transportation provided by Nantucket Cottage Hospital to and fro the end of the road for folks with mobility impairments and anyone else as well.
Wonderful. That is such a great service that you are offering for people. Now, how many years have you personally attended the Boston Pops concert?
The first time I attended was 3 years ago, as this was the first contract for the Tug Tug. So the Pops is near and dear to my heart, and it's always a blast to see the happy folks heading in and out of the event.
Joined by
Roberta White.
Now, Roberta, how many Boston Pops concerts would you say at ballpark have you been to?
Well, having just found out there are 28 of them, I'd say probably, I don't know, maybe 23.
Wow, okay.
The first few here on the beach, and it was not as crowded as this, and then it slowly got bigger and bigger, and then we've been going by our boat most years.
Awesome.
But
Want to welcome you back to the bog here as Tony the Zamboni guy is finishing up his laps. But we've got assistant coach Zach Lindsay hanging out with Annie Ard. Annie, let's see what Coach Lindsay's got to say about the Whalers play here through 2.
What is up, you guys? My name's Annie Ard. Today I'm here with
Coach Zach.
All right, Coach Zach. How are you feeling today?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm pretty well, thank you. So we're at a 3-1, 2-point lead. What do you think contributes to that?
Defensive zone coverage and keeping the play simple and making the right play.
Beautiful. Beautifully said. As you said, defense pretty good. Thomas Schroeder, he's your goalie. How do you think he's doing?
It's great. He's keeping his head focused, making the first save. All we're asking of him.
I love that. We've also got some good offensive players like Jeremy Jenkinson. He made a couple goals. Same with Andrew Lavin. What do you think that their mindset is going to these games?
He's been really focused on taking the shot. In practice, we've been trying to get them out of the mentality of trying to do too much with the puck and take the shot, and that's really been working for us. So,
right. I think you guys are having a really good comeback compared to the first game. Then you got that tension going into overtime. So now I think you guys have really excelled. What do you think?
Absolutely. We're ready to go in the third.
Beautiful. Beautifully said. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
All right, back to you guys.
Great stuff from Annie and Coach Lindsay. Again, very poignant questions. Hit the nail right on the head. Defensive pressure after the play. Schroeder is there for the first save for a lot of times, and he has been absolutely exceptional here this evening as he has continued to gain confidence and play better and be more comfortable in net. I don't know if that happens ever for a goaltender, but he is looking as comfortable as he can. Third period saw Jeremy Jenkinson score the assist from Canton Jenkinson, so both the Jenkinson boys have 4 points, a goal and an assist each. Andrew Lavin with a goal. He got things going for the Whalers. Co-senior Ben Freeman has an assist. Justin Torres also with an assist. And for the DY Dolphins, Jake Moriarty assisted from Kellen Desley, the scorer. The lone goal tally, as you can see, the Whalers getting ready to take the ice here as they're waiting the all clear from the Stripes. Couple of PKs for the Whalers as well, as Canton Jenkinson has been whistled for a couple of penalties, but we got 15 minutes to play. Whalers got a 2-goal lead. I like where we're at. If you'd have said we'd have had a 2-goal lead going into the third period, coaches would have been real happy. I would have been real happy. So here we go. But they got to keep that foot on the gas pedal, got to play with a purpose with the puck, and cannot turn it over in their own end. All right. The referees in the big W in the middle of the bog. And the front line will say hello to Thomas Schroeder. Wish him well here in the third period as DY bench tries to get their boys hyped up here. They got to come back from 2 goals down here in the third if they're going to pull off the victory. Whalers bench answers. And we're underway for period number 3. Whalers chip it in and retreat as DY goes cross ice with the puck. Oh, nearly intercepted by Jeremy Jenkinson. And sent in as DY gets to it, shoved in, and deflected in front of Schroeder, but he squeezes it, and we'll have another face-off inside the DY offensive end. Clock stops at 14:39 left here in the game, as the Whalers get a quick line change here. Just 21 seconds into play. DY controls it. Shot deflected. Other side of the net. In front in the crease. And finally the Whalers will get the clear, although DY intercepts quickly. Chipped ahead into the offensive end by Paxton Fitch. And trying to play through three guys was Andrew Lavin. That sounds about right. Here's Fitch. Lifts it into the end. Quickly snagged out of the air. The hand. And intercepted by Torres in front. And squeezed by Stacy. Nicely done by Justin Torres. He's got a point tonight with an assist. And he has been good on the faceoffs as well. Freeman skates in to complete the formation. And on the backside, forces a pass. And Jeremy Jenkinson keeps it in play. Freeman behind the net gives a chase, but unable to corral it. DY heads back the other way at mid-ice. Chipped in. Furtado is there. And he'll get a stick on it. And plays it along the board. And finally Freeman gets to it, sends it up to mid-ice, and both players whiff on it. Jenkinson and Manuel. As Freeman gets to it in the board, near side boards, and sends it along to the far side board. Behind the net, Jeremy Jenkinson gets to it. Tries to use his big body to keep the puck and does so. Back out towards the point and smacked in behind the net. Freeman's there and tries the backhand pass as Canton Jenkinson will play it along the boards. And here's JJ. Pass in front, backhanded attempts. Blocked by a couple of defenders. And out to mid-ice it goes. Furtado sends it cross ice and out of the reach of Canton Jenkinson, who gets a stick on it, but the Whalers will have to get reset here as TY tries to enter the zone, and Jeremy Jenkins says, well, enter at your own risk. Behind the play, Jasper Suarez gets to it. He overskates it, and DY's there in front. Furtado able to get a stick on it and deflect it away, play it along the boards, and the Whalers get it clear. 1-on-3, Jenkinson, goes between the legs and warded off as Stacy has to squeeze it at 12:08 to play. Whalers still up 3-1. Whalers bench acknowledging the good play. It'll be Torres on the faceoff. Furtado skates on to complete the formation for Nantucket. And they wave off Torres, so it'll be Fitch as DY sends it along the boards and up to mid-ice. Chipped in by Adam White. Nicely done by the Whalers defensive unit. Cross ice it goes. Fitch gets a stick on it, and he'll give chase. Backside of the play, Torres waits for it. Unable to handle it cleanly as it continues along the boards. Behind the net. Little stop and go by DY's defense in front. Andrew Lavin as the magnet comes off again, nearly with some thievery and heroics. Nice little poke check by Andrew Lavin, and the puck just bounced right towards him in front of Stacy at net and nearly found the net. 11:33 to go. Played in front. Oh, that one hit the post. The Whaler faithful nearly went crazy in front. Shot. Rebound as Stacy's down on his backside. Finally gets to his feet. Sent in front. Redirect wide. Lavin back to the point once again. Shot. Oh, sprawling save by Isaiah Stacy. Woo! Here comes the replay. You can see clean look here, but sprawling down to make the save. And a good one at that. Isaiah Stacy getting tested tonight by the Whalers offensive unit. Jenkinson gets it back. Caden Jenkinson with a slapper that doesn't quite get through all the defensemen. And we've got another whistle. And it looks like the magnet again comes off the hinges. I don't know if magnets have hinges, but, you know, maybe they need a hinge for this net. 10:58 to play here. Whalers still with a 3-1 lead. DY will collect the errant stick. That one's busted up. Moriarty will skate into the face-off zone, and he will win the face-off. DY advances to mid-ice. Back to the point it goes. Shot blocked. Makes it all the way through. Edwards redirects his skates, but unable to corral the puck. Dangerous spot. Advanced over the blue line, so DY will have to reset here at mid-ice. Along the boards, Jeremy Jenkinson unable to play it cleanly. DY back the other way. Canton Jenkinson with some thievery. Jeremy Jenkinson loses his stick, gets it to Canton. Up ahead, he loses his skate, and somehow it doesn't go in the net. Great action there as a couple of players end up in the net. The puck, however, did not. 10:08 to play. Another face-off upcoming. Hey, guess what? The magnets came off. Torres gets it. Lavin with the slapper that Stacy got a piece. Advancing ahead, it's Delsey. And a penalty will be upcoming as the Whalers got caught there. It's Desley, actually. Hooking going to be the call at 9:56. Lavin will head to the penalty box, and for the third time tonight, the Whalers will be a man down. Good advance by Desley, the freshman. And DY gets it set up here. Moriarty looking for the give and go and nearly got it. Good job by Nantucket. Advance in, shot save made, and down, diving down, but unable to corral it was Schroeder. Here's Desley, lifts it in, poked in front. Schroeder's there for the initial save, sent around the boards, back to Desley. He goes D to D. Shot lifted up, the redirect unable to be connected, and over the blue line as the Whalers force DY to get reset here. Canton Jenkinson in on the PK unit. Minute 15 left here on the power play. And chipped out of harm's way again, all the way down as Stacy will have to put a stick on it. Under a minute now on the power play. As Jeremy Jenkinson chips it back into the zone, Canton Jenkinson gives a chase. Here's Desley on the run. Unable to get a shot off. Good job by the Whalers defense there. And quickly cleared. Whalers get a quick line change. Freeman will now give chase. Up ahead, gaining the zone and losing the zone and regaining the zone and losing it again. Chipped up and out. DY's got to get reset. Sends one on. Schroeder. I just love the nonchalance. Oh, they kept it in play, actually, as Schroeder let it go, and the Whalers will get another clear. 3 seconds left on the power play. Great job by the Whalers PK unit. Back to even strength. DY advances. Edwards cuts him off. All the way through, circling, runs into his own guy. Lavin gets a stick in there. Pass in front. Shot deflected. Behind Lavin's stick, unable to get to it. Slapped wide of the net and along the boards. Play continues. Lavin will just poke it over the blue line and up ahead. Torres skates into some free space. He gets a shot off, deflected over the net. Lavin gets his shoulder into it as Torres tries to make a move up ahead. Furtado unable to keep it in play in the zone, but he will lift it towards Stacy as we hit the 7-minute mark of the third period. Whalers still with a 3-1 lead. Deflected and out of the zone, cleared by DY, but unable to advance. And another whistle stops play. As it looks like Justin Torres will head to the penalty box for a cross check. And DY will take a timeout. We will also take a timeout here with 6:49 to play in the third period. Whalers up 3-1, but they're going to have to come up big on defense. Another power play opportunity for DY upcoming behind the break.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. 1, 2, 3, Whalers! Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler. Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Washer Shore.
As we come out of the break here, timeout called by DY as they desperately need to find the net here on the power play. Whalers get to it right away and send it back down the ice. Stacy will have to play. We'll have to keep an eye on Stacy to see if he sneaks out of net for a two-man advantage here in this power play. That has been done. Jeremy Jenkinson gets to it. Unable to play it. This could be an opportunity for DY. Good defense by the Whalers as Jenkinson just lifts it into the corner. Stacy once again plays it. Giving chases Canton Jenkinson, and he is just a gnat on defense. Again, sloppy play to enter the zone by DY, and they just have not been organized here on the power play. Already 50 seconds off of the power play. And intercepted at mid-ice. Dumped into the zone as the Whalers are content to play from blue line to blue line here. And finally an advantage here gaining the zone. DY. Behind the net, good physicality, and again a clean clear all the way down the ice. No shot attempt. 35 seconds and counting on the power play. At mid-ice, again, dump and chase is all the DY Dolphins have been able to do here. Along the boards, it hops over the blue line. Sorry, I was being a little referee there. I could have a perfect angle right on the blue line. Here's the whistle sounds for offside. 16 seconds left on the power play to Justin Torres. And Whalers control and get it over that blue line. And Canton Jenkinson can play a little keep away here for the next 5 seconds. And sends it on down the ice. And another great job by the Whalers PK. Icing the call, and we'll head back down the river for a face-off in the Whalers' offensive end. They have a 2-goal lead with 4:40 to play. Yeah, this Cape and Islands League has no cream puffs in it. Every team right now, if the playoffs started, would be in the playoffs. Every single team in the conference. That is unbelievable. Up and down the lineup. Up and down the league, I should say. Play continues at mid-ice. Canton Jenkinson and Ben Freeman for the Whalers give chase. Jenkinson gets a stick on it along the boards with his brother JJ. Flipped up and unable to reach the zone as Furtado got a stick down to get it. Freeman battling along the DY bench. And Canton Jenkinson, here's Canton Jenkinson with a point-blank shot. He can't believe he didn't get it by Stacy there. Great opportunity. As he just has his head tilted back in disbelief. Torres sends it into the corner. Soren Edwards along the backside, keeps it in. Good forecheck by the Whalers. Good job by Torres. Steal, shot, save made. Through the crease, here's Edwards. Shot, save made, rebound loose. And here's an advance by DY. Soren Edwards back, Moriarty. Unable to get anything going, sends one behind the net. Good defense, good double team by Nantucket. Tipped ahead by Andrew Lavin and out of harm's way across the blue line. Ooh, good hit in front of Coach Zach Lindsay as he had to get out of the way of that one. DY enters the zone. Ooh, a little stop and pop. Nice shot wide of the net. Good job by Matt Garbett there to gain some space. And the Dolphins keep it in. Here's Garbett again. Weaving his way around Whaler defenders. Sends it in behind the net. Nobody home for DY, and leaking over the blue line as DY will have to get reset. As the Whalers get it out of the blue line, Soares gains the zone himself. Cross ice it goes. In the middle, through the crease, nobody home. Whalers keep it. And tipped away. It's a race for the puck. Graham gets to it first, sends it. Oh, what a defensive effort. Diving to stop the puck is Jeremy Jenkinson. Great stuff from the senior captain. Backhanded pass. Here's Canton Jenkinson down to 2:15 to go. Got to keep an eye on the goalie. We'll see if Coach Alberti decides to pull the goaltender here. He's down 2. So you got to get one to get another. 2:12 to go. Stacy stays in net for now. Important face-off here for DY. They do not control. Whalers leak it over the blue line as DY has to get reset. Good job by Soren Edwards to get the puck and plays it backhanded over to Jeremy Jenkinson. Oh, Whalers just in control of the puck. Freeman enters the zone. He'll dump it around. Goes all the way to the backside. Jeremy Jenkinson awaits, and Canton joins in on the fun. Unable to be kept in by Soares.
But he'll send it forward and gets it back and gains the zone. Tries to evade a couple of defenders and does so, gains the puck. Great effort from number 20. Here's Freeman on the backside along the boards. Canton Jenkinson gets in the mix and sends it back there down to 1:15 to play. Freeman in front. Oh, nearly connected. Suarez gets a stick on it, sends it deflected high over the glass, sends it in front. Freeman, second chance, scores! Oh, he whiffed on the first one, but Ben Freeman lifts it over Stacy, who was on the ground, and the Whalers may have cemented win number 2 here as they make it 4-1. Ben Freeman, have a look. Great fake, actually. We'll say great fake. How's that? Again, just fantastic offensive effort. Great pressure put on by this offensive front line, and they earned every single goal as they lead now 4-1 with under a minute to play. Whalers control. Shot goes in on Schroeder, and he just scoops it up easily and will hand it to the stripes. We'll have to see who they give credit the assist to on the Freeman goal. Either way, he's got a goal and an assist along with Canton and Jeremy Jenkinson, each with 2 points, a goal and an assist. 30 seconds to go as the Whalers advance it to mid-ice and try and gain the zone as a couple of other players here, including Luis Souza, number 8 in. Ryan Phillip, number 18, also on the ice. As Edwards weaves around a couple of guys, he'll advance it himself. Stays with it behind the net. Finally warded off. But that will do it. Final 5 seconds. The Whalers will win. Shot, save made with 1 second. Count it. Thomas Schroeder is doing some work in net. 4-1 the final. He did a phenomenal job. A couple of great athletic saves. The Whalers did a great job on defense overall, and they found the net 4 times to earn victory number 2. They'll move to 2-4. The Dolphins slide to 3-7 on the season. As you can see, the congratulations there. They just could not get anything in flow on offense. It was disconjointed. Even the power play was disconjointed, and that has to do with the Whalers' defense. They just played fantastic and just outskated this DY team here tonight. Let's take a quick break, see if we can grab a couple of guys here on their way out and maybe a coach. Whalers win 4-1. We'll be right back here at the Bog in the Nantucket Community Ice Rink as the Whalers celebrate win number 2. First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carr.
What is Stroll? Wow, it's about the feelings of Christmas. I've said for many years that Norman Rockwell himself could not have thought up a better weekend festival. Truly, it's magnificent. Christmas Stroll in Nantucket is full of good feelings, full of Christmas spirit. It is a lot of happy faces. It is generally a party vibe, especially with the visitors. A lot of folks get dressed up. It's sort of like the kickoff, I think, for so many people to feel what's coming, to feel Christmas, and to embrace it.
Stroll was started 50 years ago by the Chamber of Commerce as a way to thank the local people and to get them involved and to encourage them to shop local.
There's no question that it is very good for business.
Well, Marcia may be going to spend a lot of money here. I'm just along to try to keep her from doing that.
Back then, the electricity to man the trees was sort of looped from lamppost to lamppost above ground. We would all be stationed at a certain corner and listen to someone saying, flip the switch. And we literally would flip switches on certain street corners.
That went on for a long time.
It went on for a very long time.
Yeah, that didn't end. And there was always flip the switch.
You sort of crossed your fingers and hoped they would all go on.
And occasionally it didn't. Once in a while, the big tree didn't go on and there was a scramble.
And we got so good at it that people from off island started coming here to shop. So that's what I think is wonderful.
Well, I think it was a way for the community to come together. We have the best backdrop ever of Main Street. It is the most picturesque with the trees and wreaths and window boxes. I mean, it was a beautiful location.
The Nantucket Strolls magic. It was just a really, really sweet, small town experience. So I started photographing Stroll probably in the early 80s. And, you know, it was incredibly magical. This town just does it up, and in such a beautiful way. It was very inspiring for me to photograph, and especially if we got snow.
So it's about 150 trees, 55 trees. So this process typically it's about 7 people for 7 days installing the trees and the lights, including the big tree up on Main Street. You know, so it's a pretty good undertaking, and we still have to continue to do other things as well. So it's a daunting task, but we enjoy it. We love it.
I'm just always blown away by the themes people do come up with that I would never think of. I love how everyone's an individual, and you just walk around looking at the trees, like, that's great. I never would have thought of it.
The biggest event is to collect Santa Claus off of the Coast Guard cutter from the North Pole.
When I come to Nantucket, I like to come the slow way with my friends from Coast Guard Station Brant Point.
For the station, it ends up being kind of an all-hands thing. And we get to bring Santa over to the Highline Pier where there's a huge crowd of people waiting for us to drop him off. He hops on what I believe is the Nantucket Hotel's fire truck and gets brought up Main Street.
I have so much fun on the fire truck. I look forward to being with Santa and his trusty elf. We see all the happiness around us. It's a really cool experience.
And it's easy to photograph too, because everyone's super happy. Yeah. Everyone has smiles on their faces. Everyone is festive.
Want to welcome you back to the Bog here. It has emptied out quickly, but they are celebrating a Whalers victory, 4-1 the final. All seniors scored here as Canton Jenkinson, Jeremy Jenkinson, Andrew Lavin, and Ben Freeman all notch goals. Freeman and the two Jenkinson twins each with an assist as well. Jasper Soares and Barrow Banyan pick up an assist. We're unofficial on those two, however, for that last goal by Ben Freeman. He also had an assist. Justin Torres also picks up an assist as well. Just a great all-around game by the Whalers. Started right off, and they just peppered the DY goalie, Isaiah Stacy. He played great in defense of that Whalers attack, but it was a Whalers attack like we have not seen in a couple of years, and it was rewarded. They worked on, just as Coach Zach Lindsay said at intermission, they worked on just putting it on net. Put the puck on net, and good things will happen. Well, guess what? They put the puck on net, and great things happen. 4-1 victory. Again, it just astonishes me that I don't know what happened. I'd have to love to get an explanation on how that team, that this Whalers team demolished tonight, beat the Vineyard 4-0. I just don't understand that. But we'll figure that out. That will all get, the points are the points. And, again, we kind of need the Vineyard to win now because we need those points. But just an overall fantastic effort. Tom Schroeder was unbelievable in net once again. He was not very well protected, however, by his defensive unit. Soren Edwards and Jasper Soares played absolutely fantastic in front of him. And, again, the Whalers' continued effort to get clears when they need to, take the icing. Didn't even happen that often, but take the icing if you need to and move along. Live to breathe another moment. It was all about the Whalers' defense in front of Schroeder, but Mr. Schroeder came up with play after play, a couple of very athletic saves, and dove on the puck a couple of times when it needed to be, and then ultimately had the best game as a Whaler for sure, giving up just the lone goal. 4-1 ends up being the final. The lone goal scored by assistant captain Jake Moriarty. Kellen Desley, the freshman, very good skater, by the way, ended up with the assist. But it's 2-4 now for the Whalers as they move along to live another day and breathe another day. We will get back to it tomorrow as well, as we're back on the hardwood. Looks like we've got Annie R down below us here in front of the Whalers locker room with assistant coach Ray Patrick. Annie, take it away.
All right. As you know, I'm Annie R. Today I'm here with
Ray Patrick.
All right. So how do you feel about the game?
Let me tell you, the kids are really starting to get our system, starting to really work as units, as you can see. We really can't be any more happy for what they've been doing as a team.
It's the second game of the season. The score is 4-1. How do you plan to keep this momentum?
Again, we just keep working hard every practice, refining whatever inconsistencies we find, and we expect our senior guys and our producers to be the goal getters. They have to be they're the ones that are been here long enough and have been trained long enough, and we depend on them to create some offense. And now we're starting to see another line step up and create offense. So, yeah, we can't be. We just keep working every day, every practice, every shift. It's a pretty simple formula, and we're real happy with what the kids are doing right now.
Speaking of your older players, fun fact about the game, they're the only scorers today. So I think that really shows that their hard work and determination. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of them have been playing together since they were little. The Jenkinson twins have been varsity players since they were in, 8th grade? So Soren Edwards, same thing, 8th graders. Kids that came up through systems, we've had them for 4 years. They've embraced the system, and they work through it. And they do. You can't, the X factor's always there. You never know what's going to happen for, one of those fluke bounces, things like that. But for the most part, they're performing the way they're supposed to, and that's where we're real happy what's happening here.
All right, and then are there any key elements in practice that help contribute to this win?
Well, yeah, we're really focusing on our systems. So with our forecheck systems, some neutral zone play, our defensive zone systems, the more it becomes repetitive, the easier it is to do in a game. And that's what we preach, and that's what we keep working towards. And they're starting to feel it. And once they play with confidence, these are the results we get.
All right. Thank you so much. You had a great day and had a nice night.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Bye-bye. Back to you guys.
Great stuff from Annie Ard, and thanks very much, Coach Patrick. Say hello to his gang wherever they're watching us, somewhere down south. Always tuning in to the YouTube here on NSC. And again, I'm glad they were able to talk to Coach Patrick because he puts it in perspective very well as far as the team doing the team thing. And it is a system that you have to get used to doing things a certain way. And those Jenkinson boys are absolute animals. They have been playing together for so long that they just know exactly where they are and where they need to be. And again, Soren Edwards also, these guys have seen it all on this ice. And the Whalers have won 2 of 3 at home here, so we'll see if we can keep that momentum going on the road and see if they can pick up a couple of more key victories here. Again, they'll play this team again on the other side at Tony Kent, so cannot rest on your laurels here in this league. Again, as I said, every single one of the teams in the Cape and Islands League right now is bound for the postseason, so it's a playoff game anytime the Whalers take the ice for the remainder of the season, which is a great game, which is a great way to look at it because, listen, you're playing the best, you're going to get the best, and you're not going to be the best if you don't beat the best. So let's do this, man. It's great to watch, and it's great to see this journey continue for this Whalers team, and it will continue along. You can join us tomorrow as the Whalers girls hoopsters. The Lady Whalers take the hardwood again, looking to get above 500. They are 4-4 after demolishing CCA. They got a tough one, though. The St. John Paul Lions are no joke. They are highly ranked in the MIAA power rankings and will be looking to run all over the Whalers. So we'll see if they can get things going here and get Mary Mooney a ton of action inside the paint. And hopefully the Lady Whalers will come across with another victory. You can join us live at 4:45, just short of the tip at 5 o'clock. For our entire crew here, great job by all. We had people moving in and out behind the scenes. Great stuff here. Great interviews from Annie Ard and Ashley Klatt. Whalers win 4-1. We'll see you again very soon, Whalers Nation. Come join us tomorrow.